Hi, today we're going to talk about sustainability, and one of the things that I want to start thinking about, and I want you to start thinking about, is a definition for sustainability. What does that really mean to say sustainable? A lot of people want to think that sustainable means that we keep things the way they are, they keep them in place, just like some people will talk about conservation as being to maintain a status quo, that everything that they see around them stays the same way it is. And really, sustainability is a target that talks about both time and place. And I want you to try to think in those terms of sustainability. So when I say time and place, I want you to think about that if we look at the global picture, this incredibly large picture of sustainability, the universe itself is not sustainable. We know that at a certain period of time the universe will not be in existence anymore. So the universe in itself is not sustainable. The sun is going to die, become a star, flame out at some point, or explode. It's not sustainable. So the time is very important. When you look at, let's say, a family farm, how sustainable is that family farm? If that family's had that farm for 4 or 5 generations, one might assume that that's sustainable. That's a long enough period to consider that as a sustainable operation. And so time is a critical component of that idea of sustainability. And nobody's concept of sustainability is exactly correct. There's no one time. We're not talking about 10 years or 100 years or 500 years. There's no time that we can put that say everybody says that 500 years ought to be the standard for sustainability. But it simply means, as is equilibrium in an economic context, where we say the markets are in equilibrium. Well, the markets are never in an equilibrium. The amount that's produced is never equal exactly to the amount that's demanded. There's always a shortage or too much produced. But the market is always moving towards that, and that's what we talk about when we talk about sustainability, is we want to see that we're moving closer to that idea we have of sustainability. So when we talk about place, the other thing is we may talk about food production. And in the U.S. we might have sustainable food production, but if we talked about adding North America or the Americas, that food production may not be sustainable because the population is growing too fast for the production, whereas in the United States the population is not growing too fast for the increase in production. So place and time are the two critical components. Another thing that comes up with sustainability is this concept of the triple bottom line. We'll be talking about that a little bit later when we get to LCA, but I want you to keep that in the back of your mind. And when people talk about the triple bottom line, they're really talking about what's happened to the resource base, what's happened to the social infrastructure or the social impact, and then this idea, this concept of profitability. So I want you to take some time and think about what it means to be sustainable to you. We might have a discussion on the discussion board about that. Each person providing that thought about what it means to be sustainable to them, and what kind of examples they would have for a sustainable operation or a sustainable business or a sustainable process. The last thing I want to leave you with is when we talk about businesses, well, one of the things about businesses that's really important when you want to know is this something that's sustainable. The first thing is, on the very bottom level, is it technically feasible? Do I have the resources and the inputs that are necessary to produce the product that I want to produce in a certain location? So that would be the number one component. Number two is can I do that and make money? Because even though I can do it physically, if I can't make money, then it is not sustainable. So number one is technical feasibility. Number two is that economic feasibility, and the third one is that commercialization, or that overlying sustainability. If I can do it, if I can do it and I can make money at it, that still doesn't mean it's sustainable, because right next door to me in another county or another state, somebody could do the same thing for a lower price and drive me out of business. And so you have those three things that you have to think about: is technical feasibility, location-specific economic feasibility, and then that competitive commercialization component of, can I do this sustainable? So those are the concepts that I want you to think about as we go through this sustainability, as you read the articles in sustainability. I've given you several articles that I've written in the past. Finally, the last thing I want to talk about just is, as a something that this is the first start of the course. This is a new course. Many of you students that have been around for a long time, and most of you have been, know that any new course is going to have a lot of new information, and we're going to work on this as a team deal. Nothing is set in stone. So as we go, if there's something that you want to discuss, or there's something that you don't think we're discussing, please bring that forward and let us know what that is, so we can bring that in. Some of you have different experiences, may want to have a certain topic discussed more than another one. Please let us know what that is. As we develop this course over the next 3 or 4 years, we'll be changing it, and it's your input that will help us change it.